Oh, now maybe here we're going. Okay, and we're live. Are we live on Facebook, folks?
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
see.
Now I see a live
Yes,
button.
yes, we are live on Facebook again. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Today, I am getting close and intimate with my Christic starseed sister, Chastity. Welcome, Chastity.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to do this. We'll see how things go. I haven't been able to watch everybody on their lives yet, so I still have some things to go back on and check out. So
Wonderful. So, do you want to give us a little prelude as to who you are, what you're about?
yeah, I always think that that's so interesting to to say like who we are, what we're about, what do we do, like how do we identify, and I just think that uh, so many times or so often we identify still with our ego self, right? Like
Mhm.
still in a really shallow space of, well, I'm a mom and I have 5 kids and I'm a massage therapist and I do these sessions, right? So instead of really digging down deep and it's hard to dig down deep, right? We have so much muck to get through, but who am I? I am
Mhm.
the I am, right? I am a God sovereign free being, and that's who I am, and that's how I identify. And it's been a challenge to get here, and I'm nowhere near done. So,
Mhm.
so thank you for asking. I am a sovereign free being, and I have come here on specific missions. I am a star seed. Not everybody's a star seed, and
Mhm.
that's okay. Not everybody's an indigo, and not everybody's just from Earth either. So it's the beauty of this planet, right, is there's so much diversity. It also makes it one of the most challenging things too. So, um, yeah, some of the things that I do. Since I was little, I've always been able to see and hear things, understand what's going on in the body. I came in partially awake. And so, what that means for me, or to me anyway, means I could see and feel things. And I knew that I wasn't from here. And, it's the same kind of story you hear from so many of us, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And so, um, you know, I,
Sus-
I,
Susan was saying, I can't believe you have 5 kids. You're so beautiful. I say that
oh,
because I can imagine how much 5 kids can take out of you.
but I'll tell you what, it was not easy. It was not easy. Part of my plan was actually to get my children here. They are all star seeds as well.
Mhm.
And so if you can imagine, uh, high frequency in the house with people that don't understand who they are, what they are, or where they're from.
Mhm.
And,
Mm.
when we don't know how to balance that. And, I've really, even though I know things, you don't just come in knowing, right? You have to work your ass off to get here. So, I just have a
Oh.
bunch of star seeds in the house and I don't know what to feed them or what to tell them. And
You're still in your awakening journey too, right?
yeah, always, always. It's always another layer, and you're like, oh, I feel
Absolutely.
amazing. This is so good. And then you just get a bunch of stuff dumped on you, and it's like, oh shit, I thought I was done. Nope,
Yes, I
absolutely
know.
not. So
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, yeah. So I hope that answered your question. Who am I? I started out doing Reiki. When I started doing energy work, I did Reiki, and then I was a massage therapist. And so I'm a licensed massage therapist in the state of Washington. And so I was able to combine the two, and working with the Reiki energies, the guides really took me somewhere else, right? That's really it's really heavy for me, but it was important for me to know and understand, because it kind of just helped me assimilate to my body and my mind and a little bit more how it works. It was like, baby steps, right? You got to take one step at a time to get to the roof, right? So I used that for a little while. And one day I turned around to clear my room And I think that I was just going to use the Choku Ray, right? I
Mhm.
was really excited. I turned around and I went like this, and this violet flame just shot out. And I was like, what was that? And so I was, so I started using that. And then one thing led to another. I
Mhm.
started understanding more about who I'm communicating with. I found this really great community, this energetic synthesis community that
Mhm.
really was a library for all the things that I didn't have names for. And I was just really jazzed that it was all put in one little place. And I was like, oh my gosh, there are other people like me. This is the best thing ever. And so I started working with a lot of different energies and really starting to anchor in my body during this ascension process. So my light body, as we're ascending, right? We're descending and bringing that into physical manifestation.
Mhm.
And so still working on that, and in the process I help other people, help guide them to understand. So I do teach classes. This is my third year teaching, understanding the energy body, understanding how to help, how to heal yourself, and also how to help others. um, it's always ideal when we heal ourselves, when we learn how to heal ourselves. But you know what? Sometimes we're stuck and we need help. And so then that's, I train other people to do what I do. And then they get to bring in their own gifts, and they get to bring in the things that they come here with once they start remembering who they are.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then they're able to go out and do the same thing.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think Reiki is really a springboard for so many healers, right? The place where they first start embracing that as a possibility, the hands-on healing, a higher spiritual way of being, connecting with guides and, other beings without bodies, what have you. And yeah, many people end up evolving beyond that too,
Yeah.
right? But
Hmm.
it's, something that definitely is the birth of the healer on earth, I'd have to say, wouldn't you?
I love that. The birth of the healer on earth. That sounds really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to have
Mhm.
to use it. I'll quote you though. If I remember it after this, I'll have to go back to
I'm going to
remember.
copyright that first. Just
Uh,
kidding.
um, no,
Yes. So,
that was really great. Yeah, no, I agree. I could be wrong when I say this. And so, don't hold me to it, but I really feel like the Reiki energies are in the astral realm.
mhm, mhm,
And when we're in the astral realm, it's that, that fourth um, density, right? That dimensional aspect. However, there are so many different ways that people understand what I'm saying. So
mhm,
I'll choose a couple of different words, but the it's interesting because it for me could became so infiltrated, right? And that's when it was like it's time to move on and understand. You kind of have to go and play in the playground and mess around, and who are you and why are you here and why are you
mm,
talking to me, right?
mm,
And then how to protect yourself from stuff like that. It's kind of like the battleground, like gathering all your tools and understanding what you're going to be up against as you move through the process.
mhm,
You can get kind of stuck in that. And not all Reiki practitioners are like this. This is not at all what I'm saying. This is just my personal experience.
mhm,
But it would be easy to get stuck there, right? Because it's so glamorous. And it's so glamorous and so all the things. And it's really cool to have those high sensory perceptions and clairvoyance and stuff. But sometimes those things really, they go away. And then what do you do, right? Because these are kind of like the first things that, like you said, the first steps that you learn to move
mhm,
on and kind of do more work, right? Kind of do more work. And then you don't want to get trapped in that false ascension matrix, right? You don't
mhm,
want to
mhm.
get stuck with all that on you and not be able to break out of that cocoon. So
Well, I think many people are stuck in that false ascension matrix too, right? And yeah, what did I end up doing after Reiki? Oh, I got into quantum energy work, which is very profound and very effective still.
yeah.
Um, but I found that the spiritual component, which is what I was searching for, wasn't actually within that sort of quantum realm. Although there was a acknowledgement of the spirit and connection to God and source, it was just all incredibly neutral,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I ended up then moving into doing what was it now? Theta healing. And I found that to be an incredible escalation of my higher sensory perception with my, intuitive and psychic capacities exploding. But at the same time, I ended up finding that what was coming in were, holographic inserts, for example, of, this ascended master or, this being. And it was, just prior before coming into energetic synthesis, right? Having studied with so many people and done so much alien and implant clearing and, still being totally affected, right, at night and, sleep paralysis and all these other kinds of things, that it was just like, oh my God, where can I go now to get out of this? There's archons in my bedroom and they won't let me sleep. And then I really got, this whole awareness as to, okay, that's a holographic insert. It looks like it's, this East Indian Bubba, but it's just transparent kind of, light kind of being sort of thing, right? But it wasn't full of love, right? That incredible love that's so part of, connecting with source energy and the guardians and, all of the other beings that end up showing up when we're moving into beyond the 5D matrix and moving into, the 12th dimensional energies and, the creator beings and the love that they hold is just like, extraordinary.
It is extraordinary. Thank you for saying that. And I think you just discovered the next title for your new book, and it's Help, There Are Archons in My Bedroom and I Can't Sleep.
That's a great title. That's a totally wonderful title. So Deb pipes in. She's like, "Hey," she's ahead of us. She's in Mountain Time. She's like, "Hello, I chimed in at 3:33 into the video."
Oh, beautiful. That's so beautiful. Someone in the group is actually having, I'm feeling like some heart sensations, or someone's having heart palpitations or going through something. So if anyone wants to pop up about that and speak about that, I can't see anybody's names, but it's really feeling like somebody's kind of having, these, some heart-centered palpitations. So if anyone wants to bring that up, or someone's feeling, if I'm picking up on that correctly, please pop on and we can take a look at that.
So Susan's gone ahead and mentioned that she's had that too, where beings end up showing up, like the holographic insert type beings, saying that they were Syrian or Arcturian and they wanted her to be their channel, but she didn't feel it was the best thing to do. So yay, Susan, way to follow your awareness. Don't be a channel.
Thank you for that.
It doesn't feel light.
It's what's really funny for me is I mean, I guess in a sense it's all called channeling, right? But but it's a different idea. It's not really channeling in the sense of channeling, right? It's more like this. It's like who you are, right? It just like the words just come through you. For me anyway, it's like I feel beings around me. And I don't even necessarily see them. I get kind of an idea of what they look like or feel like, so I just kind of get this sense, and then the information just comes through, but I don't think that I've ever had anybody ask me, hey, be a channel for me. I think that would freak me out, Susan.
No thanks.
I don't trust a lot, but I played around in that astral realm for a while, and I don't trust a lot. And that's happened to me when I was a kid. I would say that happened to me when I was a kid. A lot of the archangels. I don't talk to the archangels, so a lot of that happened to me a lot. Oh, I'm this or I'm that, and I was like.
It was interesting because I went through that phase where I would, call on them and, protect me when I, before I go to bed, from those archons.
And then you find out.
And then I wake up in the morning and I'm like totally messed up. And I'm like, what the heck? I thought Archangel Michael was protecting me.
Forgot to tell you, Archangel Michael's a dick, right? I'm sorry. And that's not to take away.
Why do you feel that way though? Tell
I'll tell you why I feel that way. I know I felt that was because I really feel like we've been duped, right? Like I really feel a connection to the angelics. I really have an understanding of what it's like to, as we're embodying ourselves and to, you know, get our wings back and, you know, what that looks like. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, the family of Michael. So what happened with this particular race, and I'll just do a little briefing on it. What happened to this particular this race is they were really trying to heal the darkness. I'll just be really simple. They
Mm-hmm.
really wanted to heal the darkness. And so they compromised their sovereignty. They compromised the light that they had and embodied so much of that darkness. And really what it did was it just completely shattered the light. And
Mm-hmm.
I it it and then what they did is when this happened, it created an enslavement.
Mm-hmm.
So the angels, these particular angels, from my lensing and from my comprehension and understanding and experience, is that they're very wounded and they're enslaved and they cannot heal. Um, because when we call upon them and say, you know, we want Archangel Michael or Gabriel or Uriel, whoever we're calling upon,
Mm-hmm.
when we call upon them for help, what's happening is there's a reversal energy put on that, right?
On that being on you, the person
The,
that calls for help, reversal
so
energy.
so there's a reversal energy that happens basically. Yeah, I mean, we're siphoned, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Of
it's
course.
able to
Yeah.
pull our light from us,
Mm-hmm.
right? To keep feeding that negativity, that darkness that the archangel became. Am I making sense? And then
I'm following what you're saying, but so many people end up finding all of this bliss and empowerment and, you know, all of
right.
this really good juju when they're in that
Mhm.
realm. So I'm wondering if you can explain what's really going on that is creating those people feeling, oh yeah, well now my house is totally clear of entities, or,
Right.
you know, yeah, talk some more
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I'll do the best I can to talk about it. It's this,
Mm-hmm.
it's because it's more of a feeling that I have inside from working. Um, so, um, so the energies are trapped in the astral realm, and we mentioned a little bit earlier that the astral realm is it's really it's a heyday. It's a playground for all different kinds of
Mm-hmm.
entities and energies and beings, and it's really where the false ascension matrix or the false white light comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So there are different frequencies of light, and so the false white light has been harnessed part for by many different in many different ways, but one of the major ways that it's been harnessed is really by enslaving the family of Michael, really by enslaving these beings that came to help us.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we call upon them, they take our light, our energy, and
Mm-hmm.
they siphon it into, they plug it into what they created, which is the false white light matrix, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I hope I'm explaining that correctly. And so then we feel really good, but then a lot of times, and this happens time and time again, I see with people,
Mm-hmm.
is they end up being so drained after doing a healing session, or so drained after protecting their house, or, you know, bringing the archangels in when you're sleeping at night, right? Help, there's an archon next to me. I'm sleeping in my bed. You know, it's our job as Christic beings. It's our job as being in alignment uh, the light, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
our being in alignment with God. It's about just take light out of it, right? I'm just going to go straight to
Mm-hmm.
God. It's a very powerful source, and it's important for us to be in alignment with that. And it's actually our job to reawaken the blue flame within us, which is what Archangel Michael is, right? The blue flame, that blue sword. And it's our job to embody that. So this happens during the ascension process, right? We get our, some people are blue flame holders, violet flame holders. Some people can be, yeah, right? So the first time that I learned to call in the archangels, we did this whole huge thing. I was in this advanced class and I was really excited about it. And we called them in and did a meditation and all this stuff. And I started sobbing. My shoulders hurt, my body hurt. I was crying uncontrollably. I felt all of the pain that they went through. It makes me so sad to think about it. I want to cry. The pain that they went through to try to take some of that from us, right? And now they're just used. They're just used, and it's our job to reawaken the flame, right? And heal those aspects of self, and heal the aspects of the planet. And yeah. I hope that was helpful. Did I answer that?
Yeah, you totally answered that. Absolutely. So is there anything else you'd like to share? Or can you do a general read of the group and see sort of what things you're perceiving and advice you'd like to offer? Or
yeah. Let me just see what's going on here. There's a couple different things. Somebody's eating things that are tearing up their system, gluten specifically, but I'm kind of seeing someone's intestines, small intestines specifically, are the little villi are smashed down, and it's actually really damaged. You can kind of see like little, almost like sores.
So is that like diverticulitis or something?
Diverticulitis.
There you go. No, I don't know.
Perhaps. I'm not getting that. But somebody is definitely having some issues, and it may also be accompanied with heartburn or issues in the throat, as well, as it kind of like works its way up. So whoever that is, no wheat or gluten, I'd recommend. I'm not a doctor, so this is just for fun. But I do medical intuitive work, right?
Deb's like, I bet that's me. Is it Deb?
Yes.
Wow, it is you, Deb. Oh dear. After all that parasite cleansing and your gut still feels like that? Oh my.
Yeah. So you know what it could be, though, is even if Deb, even if you've stopped eating, I do want to share with you that if you have stopped eating wheat and gluten, that it's going to take at least a year for you to repair. To repair that trauma in your body. And that's not always necessary. I'm just saying that for like people that, aren't on the ascension path, that are just really watching what they're eating. I mean, we're on the ascension path, whether we know it or like it or not, right? But, whether or not you're agreeing to it, you're in, and working with it versus not with it, right? So, yeah, definitely.
So could I just mention something? I had heard that it's not really a gluten intolerance. It is the toxicity from Roundup that is actually glyphosate. That is actually creating those what is it now, celiac type symptoms, right? What's your thought on that?
Sure. I think that I think environmental toxins are horrible. They're absolutely horrifying. Not just on our physical body, but on our light body, right? It's like, drinking alcohol. It pokes holes in your light body, right? It's terrible poison for you. But it's not everybody actually. That's not the reason everybody has those types of symptoms or characteristics of, because celiac is actually, you're actually missing enzymes in your small intestine to break down.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, to break that down. So,
Mhm.
and that could be a genetic thing, but it's also relatively common for starseeds to have that.
Interesting. Interesting. Huh.
But there are things that you can do, to repair and be kind. Stay away from acidic foods. Stay away from anything that's inflammatory. And when I say anything that's inflammatory, I mean your thoughts as well. Not just food, but think about the words you're choosing to use, even in your own mind, about how you think about yourself, about how you think about others, what you think about it as a situation, because negativity is inflammatory and your body will respond to that.
Yeah, Deb said she's been fasting for 6 days. Good job, Deb. Guess you've been taking my advice to stay on that fast, haven't you? Okay. We won't go there. But she says she hasn't eaten wheat for a long time. Thought she was able to, but I guess she's been doing it for a year, but she had a big, huge break. She's going to stop again. No problem. She appreciates
Is she
that.
eating
Thanks.
eggs? Deb, are you eating eggs?
I'm not sure if she's going to. She'll let us know in a sec
Okay.
here. So yeah, carry on with the intuitive or higher sensory perception of our collective. What else are you perceiving?
Let's see. The heart palpitations have cleared for whoever that was. It could be something as simple as ascension symptoms, right? One of the ascension symptoms.
Yeah, I had those not too long ago.
Yeah,
the heart
right?
palpitations.
Gosh, and they just come in out of the blue, and it's like, oh my gosh, you can't catch your breath, right?
She does eat eggs, Deb.
Okay, that could be part of the problem.
Okay, do you want to tell us a little more?
So when I see you eating eggs, I actually am seeing eczema pop up on your skin, and it may not actually show up to the visible eye. You may see dry patches of skin, and they're actually skin color, and you may actually not even be seeing them, because what they're going to do is they're going to surface, and then they're going to go away. But I'm seeing it underneath, and perhaps maybe even in your lungs if you're having any issues breathing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Geez, yeah, I've seen Deb's skin before. Some of it, not all of it.
Oh dear, we're gonna need another session for this.
Just the hands. She's a good friend of mine. We met while we were in the throes of healing our bodies from parasitic infestation, and we sort of support each other through that journey, right? So she's showed me some of her skin. Yeah. Whew. She's like, wow. Yeah, I think she's kind of blown away. But yeah, you're definitely on point with that. So if there's anybody else in the group that's watching and has any questions, any awareness you'd like from Starseed Chastity's higher sensory perception, now is the time.
I just feel so blessed with as much as support. This group has been really amazing. I'd love to show up more. We've been in the throes of a pandemic, and in the throes of so many things just always shifting and changing. It's like you can't, even my studio, I mean, I currently just had to set something up here in a whole new space. I literally set it up today, but it's like things are changing from day to day. Emotions, perceptions, what we want. It's going like this. Like the process is very intense. But what is so beautiful about all of this is that it is creating a heart clearing and a heart cleansing for everybody. So it looks really ugly, and it can be really gooey. And, if you're feeling really sluggish, you're feeling really slow, you're feeling like you can't think from your heart center. One of the things that I like to do is call in the Celestine fire. I love the Celestine fire, and this is an energy or a frequency that can be used for so many things. It is, it reminds me of selenite. I actually have some here. Selenite,
nice.
it's, you know how it's like kind of powdery, you know, especially when you first get it and you haven't handled it a lot. So the Celestine fire to me feels like a powdery flame with like gold coming through it. And so it is an aurora ether, and it's merged with this white gold powder, right? So it's just, it is a transmutational force that can clear dead energy bodies, can clear and help heal fallen angelics. Speaking of fallen angelics, right? And it helps with infections. It can help, you know, the people usurp, you know, the NAA, you know, usurps our energies, sometimes even does ovum or egg harvesting and creates clones. Sometimes they're AI, so sometimes they're robotic. I know, but
No,
you know,
I went through that stage where that would end up happening in the middle of the night, right? Especially when I was like ovulating, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" And now you told me they made clones out of that. Oh my god!
I know, it's awful. I work with a lot of people that are. It's my I guess why I'm here, clearing sexual misery, right? Clearing all of this stuff. So I work with a lot of people where their eggs have been stolen, you know, harvested and stolen. Lots of clones out there, lots of stuff, and it's devastating, right? But you know, especially if you're not used to using the 12th dimensional shield or higher level of protecting yourself, then you know the Celestine fire is kind of like a quick fix. Like just call it in and allow it to just work its magic and trust that it's happening. Right? You don't have to have all of the details. You don't have to see it. Just, you know, setting your intentions and setting your intentions to be a God sovereign free being as these energies are transmuting, or you know, even it's just healing or sealing up pieces of your aura. If you feel like, oh my gosh, I need this protection really fast, and just call it in, it'll blaze in and help seal some of that up.
So Yamaya was wondering if there is love around the corner for her.
Love around the corner for Maya.
Yamaya.
Love question before.
Yamaya.
Let's see what's right.
It's Yamaya.
Yamaya. Yamaya. Thank you. Yamaya. That's why that made a huge difference.
Totally.
Yamaya. I'm like
beautiful, radiant energy.
Maya. I'm not getting a Maya. But when you say, when I connected with Yamaya, this beautiful heart-centered energy just opens up and blossoms, right? So huge difference. Yes, Yamaya. Remembering first and foremost that loving yourself is the most important thing. And when we love the self exactly how we are in the moment, we will attract our vibrational match, right? And so they're really saying to keep your heart centered on the love that you have for yourself, and the love that you have for others, and really stay focused on that, thinking and intuiting from your heart center. Drop down out of your mind a little bit. It's really challenging sometimes when we get what I call a mind loop. And so we get into this, well, it's actually really exciting, right? It's very, it's a human, I want to say human nature, but it's a type of human integration that we've kind of collected over time. And, you know, we get like those butterflies in our stomach, and then we go, what if, or how about, or I wonder. And then we start going, I wonder, oh dear. No, I wonder, I don't know. Like, then we kind of get into, you know, bringing to us a vibration that doesn't actually match our heart center. So staying super high vibe, I am love, I am in love, love the one you're with. So that means love yourself. And then in turn, love those around you. Stay very heart-centered, and absolutely yes. And as we speak, so when I first saw your heart center, it was this beautiful violet. I'm seeing some amazing, beautiful aquamarines coming in. So mother is really anchoring in your heart. And I think that that's fantastic. We're just going to do a little bit of a clearing. I just see a little bit of some old heart pains, some old heart aches. And so they're saying really just give yourself permission to let that go. There's a few different ones. So we're just going to just really call in the Mother Ark, call in Mother and the Yoda Father God and the Holy Christus Sophia. Beloveds, please anchor in Yamaya's heart center. And calling in the breath of the Christic dragons.
Oh, I gotta call those guys in.
I love them. And something really to say, if you start mental looping, is I am here, I am here, I am here. It's really something that can pull you back. And the answer is absolutely yes. The person that is around the corner for you is going to be, well, the word genetic equal came up. So to me, what that means is that it's really going to be a heart-centered, beautiful possibility for a herogamic union. So
woohoo! I'll have one of those.
Exactly.
Hello.
Send that out.
Wonderful. So do you have anything else you'd like to share? I'll see if anyone's got any more questions here. What's up for you?
Oh, I don't know if I have anything else to share. Just to say thank you so much. You know, being able to just be here and in the presence, and I can feel the love in this container. It's so beautiful. And you know, for everybody that steps into this container, even after, if they go back and watch it, we just ask that we set the energies to do a frequency match. So, you know, allowing, you're going to probably feel some shadow clear, feel some energies rise up inside of you. Your body may feel cool and tingly. It may feel energized in the sense that it feels kind of like, it feels really good, right? It's releasing endorphins. Right? So allow that to process through your body. Take nice deep breaths and come in from a heart-centered space. And I just invite everybody to wake up every day and think with their heart center. Feel with their heart center and really start interacting with people that way, but keep your heart protected too, right? That doesn't mean just, you know, blasting all this energy, like Care Bear energy out, right? And you know, I just like blasting it out and not protecting it, right? Remember, it's your job to protect your own bodies, your own light bodies, your own physical body, and all of those things, and allow and invite a transmutation of mental looping and emotional traumas.
Beautiful. So Yamaya's got 3 big red hearts on one comment to you, and then she's like, thank you, and she's got 3 little red hearts.
Oh, you're welcome, Yamaya. Thank you for trusting me.
Hey, welcome, Lori. Nice to see you. Okay, so last chance, questions. Should we give people a few more minutes, or
if
do you have to get on with other things? I know you're busy with 5 children.
I'm okay. I have some time.
Okay, we'll just we'll just see if there's anything else that ends up coming up here. So tell, what else can you tell us about in regards to being a Christic starseed?
Well, I love it.
It's definitely a lot of hard work.
It's a lot of hard work. Still
all that
breathing,
nasty
right?
shit.
Oh my gosh, there's so much. It is just a life full of love, but also full of trauma and clearing. And, it's one of those things where there are so many beings that can't take it. That literally cannot hold the frequencies that Christic star seeds can, and we are happy. That's why we're here. We're happy to be here because it is a collective, right? There's no one person better than the next. We all have different jobs to do, and we all do them in equality and with no judgment or value difference given. And it's just. It's just, when you get to kind of, when you get out of the frequency fence and you can kind of see more clear, right? It's really cool. It's really cool. And it's worth the work. What comes out of it, and the connections and friendships that you make, and the possibility for the love connections that you can have.
Well, and it's just the connection with God source and the love that comes from that too. It's just extraordinary. And the crystals, like, I've been waking up at 3:00 in the morning, usually, with everything that's, part of this project in my own spiritual journey. And it's just like, just feeling that light of the crystals descending more into the body and opening. Yeah, it's just so extraordinary. I can't get back to bed.
I know. Well, and we've been being attacked a lot at night, not just the Christic being. I mean, everybody's been being attacked at night. People are having crazy dreams. People are not able to sleep. I mean, if you have the ability to change your sleep schedule, I suggest doing it, because they're really tearing it up from like 1 to 5. I'm like, what in the frick? So like I've actually been waking up and going, I'm just going to stay awake, or I'm going to turn, do some reading or do, whatever, because quite honestly, I don't want aspects of myself usurped. I'm not super versed in being able to, I'm not always able to realize I'm in a dream or in another dimensional aspect of.
Yes, I've been finding that going on. I was like, didn't I just do that something somewhere else? Now, where was that? Was that here or? Yeah, it's so odd. So much separation of ordinary reality and perceiving that ordinary reality right now. And it's just like, trying to locate it all in this reality, right?
Yeah, it's so intense. I looked out the window the other day and I thought, what? Was somebody walking there? I literally saw somebody walking, and then I saw it again, and I thought, what in the world? And what it was the time. It was a timeline shift. I saw the possibility.
Right.
At first, I thought I saw a ghost. I thought, oh God, I don't want to go out and clear this, but I don't want it in my house, right? So I was actually seeing, time on top of time, and that really can mess with the head, right?
Yeah, you really have to be aware of it. So Lori's got a question here. She's like, can I get some insights into my teeth issues? What can I do to support myself before I get the work that I need?
Yeah. It's so funny because the teeth all represent something completely different in the body, right? And I think you can actually go online. I don't know what those are, but you can go online and see which teeth represent what organ or what aspect of life, which I think is really pretty fascinating. But one of the things that you can do is we'll talk about, I'm assuming you're going to be getting some dental work done, removing those old fillings and stuff like that. So really be sure that where you're going, no, maybe that's not what you're doing, but really be sure what you're doing is making sure that the doctor that you use understands how to keep as many of the toxins out of your body as possible. Make sure you don't have any unhealed infections, because you don't want that to get into your bloodstream. But for you, what's happening really isn't about your teeth. It's about the structure your entire structure. So when we talk about structure, and we talk about structure in the body, then we think of it as the bones, right? So you actually have some AI infiltration in your bones, which is creating weak teeth, but it's also creating weakness in your bones. And this is something that we can start to clear. We need to, it's like knocking down that old building, right? The old building with the old pipes, the building with the holes and the rats and the leaky walls, like tear that down. And when you tear that down, you're going to be going through some emotional traumas. There's a lot of emotional things that need to be healed and cleared for you. Primarily some stuff going on in childhood that helped create that weak base. And it's really fantastic that that you're getting your teeth worked on, because you're setting the stage and you're setting the intentions for strengthening and healing. So as your teeth are being worked on, imagine and envision your entire structure. So your bones, but your light body structure too, your physical matrix, your soul matrix, your monadic matrix, your avatar matrix. Imagine, you don't have to know what they are. It's okay. Just say all of my bodies. Imagine all of my bodies are being rebuilt. I am intending to rebuild my structure. And you're going to intend to rebuild them through the love of God, through the eyes of Christ. You can choose whatever words you want, the strength of the universe, whatever resonates with you, or whatever feels really good to you. And do know that there's going to be some emotion involved, maybe some crying, maybe having to let go of some things that no longer serve you. And that might mean people.
Beautiful. She says, thank you. And that resonates. Deb has one more question. She's like, is there anything else for her? She's pretty sure the two things you mentioned were causing her inflammation. So she's really glad that you picked up on that.
There's just one more thing. Do you have brittle hair or nails?
I'm not sure. Lori says, thank you.
You're welcome, Lori.
I'm just going to refresh here.
That's okay. It takes a minute to type.
Not the way I do it. It's like,
I'm seeing a mineral deficiency, Deb.
Oh, wow. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
What was the first? Yeah, I've just been like so in my body doing all this stuff. What was the first question you asked, Deb?
About if she had brittle hair or nails?
And she says yes, both.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's a mineral deficiency.
And that, do you know which one it is?
I'm not sure. Magnesium's coming up, but
boron. I'm getting boron actually. Boron. Does that feel right?
Actually, that feels really good. Boron. Yeah. I'm just kind of trying to go through, like what pops into my head. They do say, I think you are taking magnesium, but it's not sticking. So take it with calcium. Okay. So yeah, take that with
a lot of people say the whole calcium thing, you don't need to take calcium. It's not really good. You end up getting calcifications in the body, and
so eat the foods. When I say take calcium, I mean eat the foods. I should have been clear on that. I'm sorry. Eat the foods that are calcium rich. The calcium actually, I don't even know if I'm right about this. I could be making this shit up for all I know, but they're showing me that the calcium is needed for the magnesium to bond. Okay. So I don't know. I have not had any issues with that or anybody bring that up before. But generally when I'm speaking, and unless you have to take a supplement and you want to, suss out that supplement and make sure that it's in alignment with yourself, there's no nanotech in it. There's no, all that stuff. Make sure that it's, high vibe and but moreover, eat the foods that you need for calcium. Right.
Right.
So Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I got to take the pup out, and it's been a pleasure always. So good
Thank
hanging out
you.
with you. We should connect really like shortly after this about something. So,
Okay.
yeah, I can offer you another opportunity to contribute like you have to our audience today to more people in the summit. And we can explain something there for you so it could be very easy for you.
Yes.
Yep. Deb understands calcium rich foods. Thank you, everybody, for holding the space and contributing to the energy that's here. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
guys, or
Bye,
bye, ladies. Bye,
guys.
everyone. Bye, late beans.